Yo, what up, Tube? All right, I just want to give a quick update as to what is happening. So, ran into a little snag here with this rear end. Before I took it to powder coat, we mocked it up and welded the bracing on. And I had noticed that I had a gap between the rear end housing and the brake caliper brackets, which I called Quick Performance, and they said that that was normal and was expected. It's not very big. It's like a 5/16 gap. They said that is for a backing plate, and which they just tell anybody that they do those setups for, just run a little spacer, even a lock washer. They say just run a thick lock washer back there, which I don't know about that, but I mean, the bearing rides inside of the axle housing, so I guess I don't see the big issue. There's not a lot of weight, a lot of tension being put on the bolts. It's all on that bearing and the housing, so I guess. But I also expressed to them a couple other issues, to which they said that, well, you need to take some measurements. So before the powder coaters could get to it, I went ahead and went and got the rear end back from them, did the measurements that they wanted me to do, and it turns out that my brakes don't even fit on the axle. So they kind of screwed that whole situation up. I take the blame for it as well, because I didn't take them all the brake setup. I should have took them the calipers and the caliper brackets and the rotors, and also the rotors wouldn't even fit on the axles. They had the right measurements put down in the notes for my axles, but their machine shop did not machine the center hub of the axle down enough for it to fit, for the rotor to fit over it. So my rotors wouldn't even fully seat onto the axle. So they took responsibility for that. And I also, the rotors actually sit back 9/16 of an inch too far. So they don't even sit inside the calipers. They're sitting way too far back. So they needed the whole fucking housing back. It sounds like they got to narrow it more, and they're going to give me new axles. So yeah, we got a dilemma going. I don't really blame them. I don't really blame myself either. We're both kind of at blame. I should have took them everything, and you know, it sucks for them. They didn't realize that the 8.8s out of a Mustang, there's actually two different brakes that they put on those cars, I guess. And one has a 2 3/4 space, and then one has a 3 3/16 spacing, I guess. And the GT Mustangs that I have, the one I have, had the 3 3/16 spacing between the housing and the axle, the axle mounting surface, so where the brake rotor would mount onto the axle. I believe that's what they told me. So anyway, they had their measurements wrong. I should have gave them everything. We're all at fault. I don't blame them for this. I'm not trying to be an asshole to them, because they're making it right. They're fixing everything for free, and they're actually going to just go ahead and ship everything back to me. I already took it up there last Friday. I took them everything. I took the brake brackets, all the axles, the calipers, the rotors. So they have everything to make sure that it fits right this time. So now we're waiting on that again, and then sadly, once I get that back, I'm gonna have to take it back to the powder coating place, and who knows, that could be another 3 weeks before I get that back. So basically my point is, I'm at a complete standstill with this car, because everything I need to do now, it involves driving it. So I can't do anything with the motor, because all my tuning issues are while it's driving. It's under load. Yeah, I could fire it up and tune it right now, but that's just idle tune. It needs to be under load to tune it right. So basically, there's nothing else I can do with the car at the moment. I've just kind of been letting it sit and using my time in other places, in my life. So that's where I'm at right now. I just thought I'd give an update if anybody cares. Some guys are, some of y'all are asking questions and wondering what's going on. So I just thought I'd let y'all know that we're back at square one. The rear end's back at Quick Performance, and we're getting more work done. So hopefully that comes back, and I can get it to the powder coater, and we can get it back in the car. So maybe I'll be able to drive it for a month this year. I'd really like to get some of this tuning worked out, or even, honestly, I just want to drive the fucking car. I really miss driving it right now. So, yeah, not much to update on, just situational update. So, all right, guys, I'll keep you posted as to when it comes back, and we'll start them videos all over again. So, all right, guys, later.